Can you combine Rocky Mountain National Park's famous Alpine lakes, Trail Ridge Road, and some incredible wildlife in one visit? We'll show you the itinerary we used, which stops were actually worth the time, and how to navigate the reservations, parking, and shuttle system. Because with the right plan, you can experience several completely different sides of Rocky Mountain National Park all in the same day.
Hi everyone, it's Urmi and Sanjay from Jetsetting with Us. Rocky Mountain National Park spans a wide range of different elevations and landscapes. And in today's episode, we're going to show you how to get the most highlights out of a 2-day trip. During our most recent trip to the park, we spent the first day of the trip visiting the Sprague Lake corridor, and the second day traversing Trail Ridge Road to the high-altitude Alpine landscapes.
In this episode, we'll show you how to organize a 2-day visit, which stops deserve the most time, and what you need to know about timed entry reservations, parking, and the shuttle system before you arrive. Before we get started, be sure to like this video, share it with a friend who might be visiting Rocky Mountain National Park, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our future travel guides. First, let's talk about basic information about Rocky Mountain National Park.
Rocky Mountain National Park covers approximately 415 square miles in northern Colorado, most easily accessed by flying into Denver International Airport. As this park is the closest town on the east side, just a short drive outside of 2 park entrances. As this park has a lot of options for accommodations. We've left some affiliate links for you in the description below.
Another key logistical factor for visiting this park is the timed entry system. As of 2026, there are 2 different options, and choosing the correct one will guide your itinerary for the day. The standard reservation covers most of the park, including Trail Ridge Road, but it does not include the Sprague Lake Road corridor. To visit Sprague Lake, the Park and Ride, Glacier Gorge, Sprague Lake, or the trail to Nymph, Dream, and Emerald Lakes, in addition to the rest of the park, you need the timed entry plus Sprague Lake Road. Each reservation is assigned a 2-hour arrival window and covers 1 vehicle for that day. Once you enter, you can remain in the park as long as you'd like. An important item to note is that the reservation and associated $2 fee is in addition to the entrance fee or National Parks Pass. The timed entry tickets are released in one batch the month prior to the month of your visit, and then again the evening before the day you'd like to visit. For example, tickets for August 3rd are released in one batch on July 1st, and again the evening of August 2nd. The nightly tickets are generally sold out within minutes of the release at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, so be ready with a reliable internet connection if you're trying to get one of these tickets. If you happen to buy a ticket you no longer need, spread some good karma and release the ticket so someone else has an opportunity to see the spectacular scenery.
One important thing to note about the timed entry reservation system is that it controls access, does not guarantee parking. For example, the lots at both Sprague Lake and Glacier Gorge are limited, so visitors coming during peak summer months should expect to park at the Park and Ride and use the free shuttle system.
Reservation dates, timed entry access hours, and shuttle schedules can change from year to year, so definitely confirm the schedule before your visit. So all that being handled, let's move on to the actual park visit. And first, we'll see Sprague Lake, an easily accessible stop that's a little bit less famous but no less beautiful than some of the more famous lakes. Sprague Lake is one of the easiest places to include in a Rocky Mountain itinerary. It's a mostly level path that circles the lake, making it accessible for visitors who may not want or have time for one of the longer trails. During our visit, an elk happened to wander directly into the lake. Wildlife sightings are never guaranteed, but even without the elk, Sprague offers a quieter and less demanding alternative to the more heavily trafficked stops farther along the corridor.
Sprague Lake itself is only a short walk from the shuttle stop. That accessibility makes it one of the busiest places in the park, but it also provides an immediate mountain and lake setting for those who don't want to do the full hike.
From Sprague Lake, the trail continues uphill past 3 more lakes, Nymph, Dream, and Emerald. The entire out and back route is manageable for many visitors, but the elevation can make it feel more demanding than the mileage suggests. especially for anyone arriving from near sea level. Nymph Lake is the first stop. It's pleasant, but for us, it felt a little bit more like a stop along the route rather than the real reason to do the hike. The trail then climbs toward Dream Lake, where the mountains begin to feel much more present. Okay, this is Dream Lake. We actually took another shot at the entrance of Dream Lake, but it turns out if you walk just a little bit around, it gets a lot less crowded, perhaps unsurprisingly. Definitely, we are really liking this trail. Ormy's been here 3 times now, and this is the first time, due to the altitude, she was able to make it this far. So we're actually going to make it all the way to Emerald Lake after this, and we'll check in at that time.
This was the point at which we understood why this trail was so popular. With beautiful streams meandering through the alpine trees at the foot of the lake, we felt like this lake was actually more like a destination than just another spot along the trail on the way to Emerald Lake.
We just made it to Emerald Lake, and this one's a little bit farther than Dream Lake. I think it was like 0.7 miles or something, maybe 0.6 miles. Just like Dream Lake, kind of crowded, as you're probably expecting fewer people here than there were at Dream Lake, which has fewer people than there were at Nymph Lake because they kind of go in order. So we're really happy we did this. Emerald Lake is not much farther, so unless the weather, altitude, or trail conditions are becoming a problem, it makes sense to continue once you've already reached Dream Lake. Dream Lake gave us a beautiful view, but Emerald Lake really felt like it gave us something grand. That's important to us because we've done trails in the past where it felt like after 30 minutes you're seeing a lot of the same. In this case, it felt like the trail offered something new and a different payoff at every stop along the way. Taken together, Sprague Lake and the Bear to Emerald Lake routes offer 2 useful ways to experience this corridor. One is an easy lakeside stop, and the other, a moderate hike with progressively more interesting mountain scenery.
The next stop, Alluvial Fan, is a waterfall caused by a broken dam, and it's a short walk where you can see water and boulders up close. It is close to Bear Lake Road, so it can easily be combined with your Bear Lake Day. Alternatively, since it's on Trail Ridge Road, you can start your second day with this stop. Either way, we definitely recommend a visit.
From there, Trail Ridge Road takes the experience in a completely different direction. As the road gains elevation, the forests begin to recede until the trees eventually disappear altogether. Trail Ridge Road reaches more than 12,000 feet of altitude and crosses miles of alpine tundra, an environment where the growing season is so short and the conditions so severe that trees cannot survive.
You do not need to hike at this elevation to make Trail Ridge Road worthwhile. I certainly stayed in the car a little bit more because the elevation was getting to me despite this being my second day in the park. Numerous pullouts provide expansive views directly from the road, so visitors, much like myself, that are looking for a more traditional national park scenic drive can experience much of the high country through easy-to-access stops and pullouts. But for anyone comfortable walking at this altitude, the short trails along the route offer a chance to move beyond the overlooks and experience the tundra more directly.
Our first hike was the Alpine Ridge Trail, which begins beside the Alpine Visitor Center. The trail is very short, but it climbs steeply, and at nearly 12,000 feet, even a brief ascent can leave you breathing harder than expected. The payoff comes pretty quickly though. Within a relatively small, albeit steep ascent, you rise above the visitor center and gain a much broader perspective over Trail Ridge Road and the surrounding peaks. Also along the Trail Ridge Road, the Tundra Communities Trail offers a little bit of a different experience. Rather than climbing quickly to one viewpoint, this trail lets you spend more time walking through the tundra itself. I'll note here we actually gave this trail 2 tries, and on the first one it started hailing. Thankfully it happened toward the beginning of the trail, so we turned back and found a sunny, beautiful afternoon just a few hours later. This was maybe, I'm guessing, about half a mile. And the view up here is amazing. Some of the area is closed because it's a protected tundra. But if you look back over this way, for example, some really great views. This is actually, I'm pretty sure it's higher up. Neither hike is long, but together they make Trail Ridge Road feel like more than just a sequence of overlooks. Alpine Ridge Trail gives you the quick climb and elevated panorama, while Tundra Communities Trail gives you more time inside the actual landscape.
Our drive also produced one of the closest wildlife encounters of the trip when we found several bull elk immediately beside the road. Unlike the quieter elk encounter at Sprague Lake, this one came with traffic, crowded pullouts, and plenty of road noise. But it also gave us a much clearer sense of just how large these animals and their antlers really are.
Between Alluvial Fan, Trail Ridge Road, the Tundra hikes, changing weather, and unexpected wildlife, you definitely gotta build a little bit more flexibility into your plan for this day than you might otherwise think. Along those lines, let's talk about some pro tips to help you make your trip run more smoothly.
Tip number 1. We recommend treating the Bear Lake Corridor shuttle system as part of your itinerary as opposed to a backup plan. Just parking at the park and ride could save you up to an hour worth of time as opposed to driving to any of the other lots just to be turned away because they are full.
Tip number 2. You may find that for some of the lots along the Bear Lake Corridor, you actually have to cross different shuttle routes to make it back and forth to the Bear Lake lot. This is important because some of these routes only operate once an hour. If you're trying to make a transfer and your transfer time is tight, don't be shy to ask the shuttle driver to radio to the other bus to ask them to hold for a few minutes. We did that, and in our case, it turned out like half our bus was trying to make the same transfer, so we actually saved a lot of people a lot of time.
Tip number 3, a staple for us, download offline maps. Even though Rocky Mountain National Park really only has the one key road that goes through, Trail Ridge Road, offline maps are absolutely necessary because there's no network in the park. And this will help you for when you want to leave the park or maybe take an alternate route home.
Tip number 4, be sure to dress in layers when you head up into this park. When we started in Estes Park, it was 78 degrees. By the time we got to Tundra Communities Trail, it was hailing outside. Not an exaggeration, you can see it on the screen. When you go out there, weather conditions can change really rapidly in the mountains. Don't brave it, make sure just to bring an extra sweatshirt and you'll be okay in the event you hit the same changing conditions that we did.
Finally, tip number 5, be sure to account for the change in altitude. Carry water with you, move at a sustainable pace, and recognize that the same distances may feel more difficult at higher elevation than they do at sea level. Trust me, I speak from personal experience. Next, here is our recommended 2-day Rocky Mountain National Park itinerary.
For a first visit, we would divide Rocky Mountain National Park into 2 distinct days rather than rushing between the Bear Lake Corridor and Trail Ridge Road. On day 1, use a timed entry plus Bear Lake Road reservation and plan around the shuttle system. Sprague Lake is an easy addition if the shuttle timing works in your favor, but we wouldn't sacrifice a large portion of the morning waiting for the less frequent connection. One option, if you're really dying to see Sprague Lake, would be to try again in the afternoon after traffic has died down a little bit. The principal outing for this day should be the hike from Bear Lake through Nymph and Dream Lakes up to Emerald Lake. Treat these 4 lakes as one continuous experience, and spend the most time at whichever stops genuinely hold your attention.
Alluvial Fan is a relatively short stop, so you have the flexibility to either end day 1 with it or start day 2 with it. If weather is good at the end of day 1, take the opportunity to visit Alluvial Fan. Then, give Trail Ridge Road the rest of day 2. Leave enough time for overlooks, short walks, changing weather, wildlife delays, and the possibility that you will want to spend longer above the tree line than expected.
2 days is for sure a sufficient amount of time to have a best highlights trip to Rocky Mountain, especially if it's your first visit. If you'd like to spend more time, here are some options for those additional days. First, you can use the extra time as flexibility time in case of bad weather. This is actually something Urmi and I have done really successfully in the past in mountain parks where weather can change abruptly and ruin plans that you might have had. Another option would be to go horseback riding. This is something Urmi and I did on our previous trip, and we got to see some highlights that we would not have seen if we just went by foot on certain hikes. Related, you could use some of that extra time to do longer hikes that we didn't talk about in this particular vlog. And one last thing we'd like to highlight for the photographers out there is to do a special photography tour, or to just spend more time in the park on your own, trying to catch some of the beautiful landscapes, or some of the wildlife which may just show up right in front of your camera. We've left some affiliate links below for some tours that you might want to check out for your time in Rocky Mountain.
If you found this video useful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with a friend who may be planning a trip to Rocky Mountain National Park.
If you're planning a trip, what do you find most exciting about this park? And if you've been before, what do you think we missed in our itinerary here? Be sure to leave a comment below.
We look forward to seeing you on our next adventure. Bye for now.